breakfast.
I forget when I started saying that as my way to indicate we're live.
We're not imaginary.
This is now a philosophy stream. Discuss the finer points of classical Western philosophy and work our way forward through history.
Cool.
No, please.
Sure. See the chat. Actually, what I'm intending to do for the Rooster Games Discord, I'm going to throw them the link to the playlist on YouTube. That seems to be what people do. They throw their whole thing. I know some places are cool with saying, "Hey, I'm streaming now" on a weekly basis, and other places like, "You get to do it. You get to do it the once." Like, okay, I'll choose my one time. Oh, helps if I say it on there. Whoopsie. That is something I'll read later. Yes, on that weird note, hello everyone. I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian, and this is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and we are playing today Fabula Ultima, the castle that would pierce the horizon, based off of the Fabula Ultima TTRPG. Let's get into our poem of the week. The Descent of Annihilation. In shadows cast by Witchlight's ancient lore, Golem stirs, a harbinger of something more. Beneath the sun, on Alabaster's throne, prophecy unfolds, a darkness to be known. Behold the Golem, creature of despair, the sphere of annihilation takes to the air, sends upon the world a soulful blight, a harbinger of devastation, relentless night. Through cityscapes and hamlets it prowls, a sentinel of doom, unholy howls. Settlements crumble like leaves in the breeze, as the Golem advances with merciless ease. Its silvery core a malevolent guide, ripping forth souls none can hide. The Golem's purpose a relentless quest to trap the living, leave nothing. Puppet of shadows in the sun's cruel gleam, weaves destruction like a haunting dream. Settlements fall like dominoes they sway. The Golem advances with each passing day. Heed the prophecy, the warning so clear, for if unchecked, the Golem draws near. A trail of desolation, a tale of sorrow. Settlements crumble, no tomorrow. But in the whispers of fate, a chance to defy. Stand united beneath the same sky. Where heroes emerge, a glimmer of light. Challenge the Golem, endless night. Yet time ticks away as the Golem descends. On settlement after settlement, it rends. Prophecies wait, a burden to bear. The world trembles in the Golem's snare. In short, no pressure. As we send.
It'll be fine.
Really fine. Yeah, we got this. We're like, what? 3 kids and also my gun I found.
You 3 ascended through the tower, and I forgot certain people elsewhere on a different map. We're gonna grab them from this map. Don't worry, everybody. They're not on this floor. I just need these 2 fine folks. I keep forgetting to grab someone's little guardians. They're not here. They're actually here. Are they down to their 1 MP, or are they full? They get all their mind points, so they're back up to their full. Yeah.
What did Arderis Tummy roll last session for your recharge? Because he rolls 1d6 to recharge it. It was at 1.
Oh, I forgot to do that.
Ooh,
now
they
you
don't.
know.
They don't come back to full. Oh no. Well, I know what they were at last.
They just. Yeah, I just roll a d6 and that tells you how much they get back.
Oh no.
They get 2 back.
Well, it's a 3 by the look of it. I'm sure that won't bite you in the butt later. So, last we left off, you had re-entered the tower with some advice from the lore master Jessica, and the dumb Jessica, and you were able to sneak by some arcane lanterns in the lowest level of the in the main lobby area, and you ascended up through the opening into one of the lower levels of the tower, and before you see the clockwork automata guarding the passageway to the next elevator, with doorways leading elsewhere across this floor.
All right. Straight shot to the top, or we?
We should probably continue with all due haste. You can take care of that automaton again, right?
I could. The other hand, pat my magic cannon. This baby needs a test run. In your choice.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's blast it.
You engage the the clockwork guardian.
Yes.
Well,
and I like to imagine that as Seven raises it to fire, Lucius Avantis, to no avail, goes, wait!
You said my choice.
I didn't think you would go through with it. And then Seven started blasting.
How do I start a fight again? There we go. Right, it's an initiative group check. Dexterity Insight, I believe.
I think we wanted to save
Yes.
Seven's special dexterity check for the big boy.
Yeah. We're holding on to that for later.
So, you should still roll it because it makes sense for the situation, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Good point. Let's see. Stat. Here's my initiative.
Rolls.
The other two roll aiming for a target number of 10 to see if you add +1 to the leader's roll.
Yep.
Nope.
No help
Well,
from Duncan.
bad guy's gonna go first.
As you level your magic cannon over, its faceplate flickers from light blue to a purplish red. Intruder. Consume. And it just starts rushing straight at you as you're leveling your thing up.
What are you waiting for? Shoot the thing!
Why do I keep...
Trying to get an aim on it.
And a big axe, kind of almost like a switchblade, flicks out of its body and into its arm, and then it comes to bring it down onto Zevin.
Roll a hit.
No, it just hits. Forget you. 13 to hit.
That hits.
Sake.
$21 physical damage.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
And as you get hit, you find yourself buckled into the ground down to a knee, and all your breath just kind of comes out of you, and you are now suffering from the slow effect. What does that mean? Glad you asked, because I don't know either. Let's find out together.
It's a dexterity, dexterity nerf.
Oh, that's not great news. Your dexterities. Yeah, you're right. But that was him. That was his turn. He ran over and asked you a question.
Now I
That was dumb.
return fire.
Bang.
My magic cannon is currently set to bolt damage. Ooh. That's not gonna hit, is it?
This is considered a physical attack or a magical attack?
That's a very good question.
Presumably physical, because it's a
Presumably.
weapon attack.
Yeah, it's a weapon.
You're not using a spell or something or a magic item.
Yeah, it's equipment.
Bang! You fire into it, and you kind of find yourself trip a bit, and poof, you fire up into the ceiling. Unless you want to spend one of your Ultima Fabula points.
Yes, I think I will.
To what trait?
Rough and tumble. This isn't the first time I've been hit while trying to use my firearm.
All right.
I got another shot in the chamber. Give it another shot here. Kablam. Exact same.
Wow.
Blam,
Literally
blam.
exact same.
I rolled a 4 and a 3. Now I roll a 3 and a 4. So clearly we're off to a great start, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
The turn will slip away from Zevin over to Moore or Lucius, because there's only one bad guy here.
Mm-hmm. More, would you like to go?
Sure I can. One moment.
And that bolt would have really hurt too. Yep.
There we are. I don't really want to spend inventory points right now, so I will whack at it with my staff. Yeah! That's a 10 hit.
Yeah! Plunk! And you ever do that thing where you have a metal bat and you hit something else that's metal? Your whole body just like your whole body just stiffens. You feel the reverb go up the bat, through your arms, up your shoulders. It is that feeling, but with your staff. That ow. That was you feel like you almost hit one of the joints, but you hit square on one of its armored plates.
Ooh. Oh well. It was worth a try.
Lucius Aventus.
Okay. Run forward with my spear. I am going to do a Queen's Gambit attack. So, free attack. Done. Where is it? Here we go. Gross. I'm spending a fabulous.
To what trait?
Forgetting that's the thing I have to do.
It is.
Actually, never mind. I don't think I have a trait that helps. However, regardless, I gotta confirm something. After the attack is resolved, one ally who is able to hear me recovers 5 plus skill level times 5 hit points. So that's 10 in my case. As Lucius says, "Why are you making me do this? Shoot it!" As 7, you regain 10 hit points.
The good guys for the last act, so bad guy acts first. Last one to attack it was Lucius, so it pivots on it pivots at its hip, its legs don't move, it just kind of and snaps its axe at you. Nine.
9 does not hit me.
With 10.
I have a defensive 11.
10 does not hit you. Oof.
10 still does not hit me. I have a defensive 11.
Just misses you. Turn goes to the good
As
guys.
he throws it off with his shield. Hey, I meant to do that.
Of course you did, sir. Vibus kind of chuckles to himself.
Seven.
I figured that out of character. That was you calling that you were going to move next, but I shall move next. I have had a chance to reload. Yeah, take a step this way, get behind it.
Oh,
Oh my
goodness
God.
gracious.
Oh dear.
That
Get
is...
it.
Oh, that's why I highlighted, because it's max damage. Ow. That hits, in case you're wondering. That is not 20 damage, because this thing's vulnerable to bolt damage. That is 40 damage.
There's nothing left except dust.
You see it smoking and smoldering. Some of its plates start pinging off as bits and parts of it explode. And then you see a purple cylinder in the center, and you see various little faces screaming silently inside. And you see it pulsing, and you see various sparks of energy snapping away from it as it's currently in crisis.
Oh dear.
That didn't kill it. Okay.
I will note that its axe seems to be electrified from these arcs of energy coming off of its core.
Oh dear.
Duncan or Aventus.
Yeah, I think I'll attack it.
Go ahead.
As before, I'm going to make it a Queen's Gambit attack.
Put it into crisis. God.
Yikes. Yeah, I know. That's a 9.
Plink.
Plink, of course.
A one-handed till plink, but still.
Yep. I am going to
Cry into a pillow.
spend
Sorry, go on.
10. I'm going to spend 10 magic points.
Okay.
To use... Where is it? Charging Cavalry. I spend my action and 10 MP to choose an ally that can hear me. They may immediately perform a free attack with a weapon they have. You get a +1 to the accuracy check, but your high roll is 0. So 7, shoot it.
Get it. Alright, you got
That was very good. Do that again. So what's the thing's base damage? 10?
Yeah, the
So
20 damage. Zort. And just kind of busy fighting Lucius and trying to swing at him. Zevin just rapidly reloads and blasts it again. Kind of firing from the hip, I imagine, rather than shouldering up properly.
Ooh, at this rate, there won't be anything to salvage, but...
Poof, he kind of stumbles forward and zorts from the hit.
Okay. Yep, that was me.
More Duncan.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna whack it with my staff again because I want to save my inventory points for the big bad at the top of the tower. Because this is just a little bad, if memory serves. Yes?
Yeah,
It
understandable.
isn't a villain, that's true.
Okay.
You're playing the long game. I appreciate that.
Ha!
Now that it's more
Wow.
exposed, you think twice about hitting it straight in the core, because you think wood's gonna conduct that, but smack it one of its joints and crunch. Something bends in a bad way. Doesn't seem vulnerable to this, but it does take the damage all the same.
Nice. All 15 of it.
And you see it's left. It's one of its its non-axe arm kind of crumble and fall off. And you see it's kind of lopsided as it's trying to correct for the axe side. It's kind of teetering back and forth, as you've knocked it
Nice.
a bit off balance. To it, as the new round starts, it gets to go because you're the last actors. It turns and swings at Duncan.
Ah!
Oh no.
14.
Uh-oh.
I believe that does hit.
Remember, you have
Probably.
your camp action at the ready.
Sick. I need to check my...
Depending on how much damage it'll do.
I rolled a 10. Probably do a lot. Ooh.
As it swings, you kind of you're able to kind of knock it away with your blade, and then with your staff, and then oh no, right, it's electrified, zort, and you just get blasted.
Let me check your sheet. I remember when we were doing camp actions.
We had sleep soundly. I forget what that does.
Oh, is that the one that lets you have the damage
Right.
once?
I will do that.
That becomes 12.
12 bolt.
Still a lot of damage, but ow. It does not instantly nearly kill me, at least.
Yep.
So-
and
I will take that.
As you with your good sleep, you're able to kind of pull. You half realize what was going to happen, and you kind of started pulling yourself away from the hit at the same time, so the bolt just kind of knocks you back instead of you just standing there being electrified.
And I shall delete sleep soundly because I have used it now.
I think
Unfortunately,
Lucius-
sleep soundly does
Actually-
not do that.
It was
Oh,
double
shit.
portion. I gave double portion to them.
Double
Oh,
portion
right.
is used.
Right.
And it's
Okay.
if you're about to recover hit points, you double the amount of hit points recovered.
Ooh, sorry. Could have
False.
sworn.
Okay.
You do take the
Well,
full
you'll
damage,
take damage.
unfortunately.
But we'll be
Oof,
able to heal you
okay.
back up.
Well, good thing Lucius is about to wheel in and say, "Come on, don't worry. You've got this. This isn't too bad. We've had worse, right? Right." He's going to Queen's Gambit.
I should note I am in crisis.
Worth noting. Always worth noting. Always know when someone's... That misses.
That's gonna miss. That's not what I care about. What I care about is that I get to give a free 10 hit points to more Duncan.
Hooray!
I bet it's funny.
Yeah, I will double that, so I get back up to 32. Hooray! I am no longer in crisis.
Huzzah!
Unfortunately, Seven, I can no longer tell you to shoot it. You're gonna have to do that yourself.
That's my job. I have one job, and it is violence. I do not know who made this tower. I do not know. I do not know why this robot is here. But I do know. I must shoot it.
Are you? Do you wish to fire Devin, or is Duncan gonna try to slap it again? Oh, bang!
I rolled. I missed.
And you did indeed miss, unfortunately. Crack! As you're trying not to hit your friends while they're meleeing with it, so you're trying to shoot in a way that hits it without accidentally hitting it while they're slamming it with their weapons, because then you're just gonna electrify both of them. Uh-huh.
Poor Vivinus. I had to pull my aim at the last second and not remove one of his limbs.
As Vivis probably dives out of the rolls away and pops up. You missed. Aim for the big metal one.
Try. What do you think? It's finicky.
More Duncan.
Oh. Could use some inventory and get an elemental shard.
Yeah, that is a good point. That's guaranteed effective damage.
How much damage does an elemental shard do again?
10, but you can pick bolt damage, and we
Bolt.
know that that'll heck it.
And how many inventory points is it?
2, it's only 2.
Yeah, let's do that.
You fish out an inventory shard out of your bag. Find a pulsing yellow one.
Inventory shard.
And I will make it bolt.
Yeah, I think it just takes the damage because you just use the item. Yeah, one creature just suffers. Gussie. Yeah, sure. Blam. Oh, that's right. It's like that. Okay, I got you. So that actually is not 10. That's 20. Poof! The little canister in the middle explodes, and the whole thing just explodes like a firecracker and collapses to the ground.
Yay.
They'll test it. I said it'll be quick. I said. Yeesh. Nice work on the shard.
Yeah, that thing hits very hard.
Plates of bronze clatter to the ground, as well as its axe.
Ooh, can we salvage it?
Yeah, you can pull it free of its housing and stuff. It's basically a socket that they put the war axe into. You can put anything in these things. Just axe is pretty common for Magitech troopers.
Well, I shall use the ancient salvager's code here. I pulled honor, and thus I shall call dibs. This Zevin turns and kind of launches herself at the shiny.
You find yourself in possession of this war axe, page 131 of the book. It's a heavy category weapon. Usually it's two-handed. This thing one-hands it because it's a machine.
Oh, is this a martial thing?
It has a star next to it. I believe it is.
I think I'm the only one who can even use the thing.
Are you interested?
I'll keep it for now. I might sell.
As Zevin is the first one to take hold of the thing after the salvaging, you can hear an ominous whisper coming off of the axe.
Now, on one hand, I did call dibs. On the other, I kind of looked at the other two. It's kind of heavy, and I got my hands full, and no takers. I'd give you a very good deal on it, but the deal, I mean,
It's rather big.
okay, well, you change your mind, and the ominous whispering likely continues as I kind of open up my bag and I chuck it in there.
As you move it into your bag, you can hear the whispers are quite muffled. But you can hear them persistently.
Everything's fine.
It's fine. It's definitely normal. It's just how things are here. And that is that.
Well, let's move. I, the brave Lucius Avantis, shall continue to lead us to victory.
So you step
Work
in.
you are, sir. Very well.
Lucius steps through the porthole to the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Those three go.
And I shall follow.
They'll hold up the rear guard.
For the brief moment you were kind of behind everyone else, the whispers seemed louder.
Excuse me, sorry.
You ascend countless floors. Find yourself faced with the chessboard before you. Although the pieces this time are visible.
Does anything seem off about the... does anything seem different about the chessboard this time?
Yeah, they're
or
visible.
the room for... Okay.
Remember, they were visible until you walked up to them or tried to interact in their squares and stuff. Or half of them were visible, half of them weren't.
But is the elevator thing still there?
Oh, the door's still there.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you say, everyone? Shall we just continue again?
We might as well.
Wondrous.
I'll note that Zevin does not shrink as she gets closer to the board. Neither does Lucius.
Gonna eye it.
Feel like the pieces are looking back at you. But then again, they don't have eyes, so not sure how that's true.
They just turn to face us.
The door does not open.
Oh, wonderful.
Hmm. Do I recognize this? Or like, we have books on this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or rather, I have books. Um, do I recognize this position?
You certainly do. It's the last one you were left with. This is the last move
Oh.
of the immortal game, where a tie was done by repetition.
Oh,
Okay.
I've got it. What if we move all the pieces back to their starting positions and then play the game again?
You could try.
Certainly try.
Yeah, I think that's my first bet, is starting with the pieces that we know we can move. Let's move all the pieces back to their starting spots.
What piece do you touch first?
Oh, god damn it, not again.
Can we roll an insight check just to, because our characters remember?
Yeah, can we perhaps do all the moves of the game in reverse?
You could, and you certainly. And remembering how the game went, your characters are clever clogs. They can remember walking back. You know, the initial setup is pretty straightforward, and it's something you can compare to in the book. Go, oh yeah, that's how initial setup is. I can reset it up. But my question remains: what's the first piece you touch?
I
know these things are a lot smaller now because you didn't shrink down to their size, so they're about waist high or so.
Got it.
It was
Presumably the R, because that's the main piece.
So you move the light blue R.
Yeah.
You have chosen your path. Find victory. You hear a voice loom from the board.
Did only I hear that, or did the others hear that
Oh,
too?
you all heard that.
I just touched a piece.
the robot whispers. The crystals whispered. Now these two.
You find your hand stuck to the R piece.
Oh, well that's different.
You do find you are moving it around a little, but you feel like you can't let go of the piece where it is.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Covered in glue. Gonna inspect it real quick.
What are you looking for? What are you hoping to find, anyway?
I'm inspecting how his hand's stuck to the piece.
I'd say insight's at least half of the problem.
I'll use inspect. Insight.
And refresh the page a bit just so the music doesn't skip as much. Your roll was
19.
His hand. You see a magical aura emanating off of the piece, and it seems to be surrounding the entirety of the piece, and it's enveloped Lucius's hand. You had seen that he's activated the magical item in some manner, and he has yet to complete its usage. Once he's done the action the magic item wants him to do, it should complete what it was doing. You also notice that a lot of the energy is flowing up and out from the board as well. So it's not just the piece fueling it, the board is fueling all the pieces at the same time. It's just that this piece is the one that the whole board's focusing on now.
Well, either you do what the piece wants you to, or and I kind of reach for the war axe.
Accidents happen.
You didn't need that hand, right?
You're lefty, right? Right?
No. So the question is whether I'm gonna move. What did the voice specifically say?
You have chosen your path. Find victory.
Oh, god damn it. No. We have to continue playing the game.
Can I look
Shit.
up in the book to see if there's like a further analysis that has been done on this position to find a way to victory after it?
Brain not work. Wait. No. No. I'm gonna say willpower is part of the problem. Part of the solution, I should say.
Cool. Willpower to calmly, methodically go through?
Certainly.
Meanwhile, Lucius is just trying to yank at his hand. And he's just yelling. God.
Okay. Oh. Smith. God darn it, I swear I have good willpower.
But maybe spend a point.
You do have 6.
Yeah, I'll spend a point.
To what trait?
Willpower? Oh, traits. Sorry, brain.
It's okay.
So I will spend my point 2. Ambition, because if a situation like this flusters me, I won't achieve my dreams.
That's a fair point. Is that from you?
Cool. And so
You need to roll one or both dice. Roll a 5 and a 3. So.
I think I'll re-roll both. Because why not?
4 isn't gonna do it.
No. And I'm assuming I can't spend multiple Fabula points in a single round.
We're not in combat.
Or on a single roll, rather.
I'm double checking. They may do so any number of times as part of the same invocation, but each new reroll will cost another Fabula. You cannot invoke a trait if you fumbled the check. So you can, you, as long as you didn't get minimum, you didn't roll double ones.
Sweet.
You just have to give me another point.
I shall. Let go. Roll. Yeah.
6 and 1.
I did another one. Frigate. on, RNG, stop hating me.
You could have.
7 and 2.
Well, what you could then do is, don't forget, you can selectively roll.
Yeah, I think I will only reroll the 2 this time, but I
Okay.
will spend another one. Dang it.
This is the most time I've spent in
So-
one session so far.
Yep.
D10. Ha! There we go, 15.
15 will certainly do it.
Yay.
You realize that there is further study that's been done since the Immortal game. The Immortal game falls into a draw by repetition merely because the position, whoever breaks from the position first is at disadvantage. Especially when Cyan's king is so far out, and the red position is so well developed and they're ready to castle and everything. So there's a lot. But if either side kind of blinks the wrong way, makes the wrong move, it kind of devolves fairly quickly. So the hope you have is to possibly play through the game and hope that this board is not ensorcelled with the latest formulations and variations. But even then, the chance of winning is very slim for either side. And actually, he chose the side that it is the worst position because it's the most underdeveloped position. The chances of winning are far higher on red side than they are on Scion's side.
God damn it.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, I mean, there's always the backup solution.
What's the backup solution?
I hold out the axe.
No!
Yeah, they can build you a robot hand. Interjects all the rage.
So I guess the thing is, I just have to make a move and hope that the board makes a bad one.
Says Vibius, it's not like the board really said anything about us not talking to each other. I mean, we can work together to beat it. What? 5 heads against 1, hopefully?
Indeed.
I don't know how to play this game. Well, we can be a sounding board. Sure, sounding me would be of any use, but okay. Be bold, be brave, and maybe not foolish like that king there. To wit, you can either play on and hope you know your chess fundamentals, or you can, as a group, do a willpower is at least half the problem to try to beat the game.
I'll lead it this time.
You don't trust Duncan? It did so well.
Well, I have Fabula points.
That's true.
That is fair.
It'll be. You said willpower's half the equation?
Yep.
Okay. Confirming. Willpower's half the equation. I'll do insight for the other half of the equation, because I'm literally trying to read a non-physical opponent.
I will give you +1 because More Duncan did give you is able to read the variations from the book, so that's saved you. That gives you at least +1 no matter what.
Okay.
7 or
so if
more
you two
rolls.
could roll your assists first.
Okay. I'm gonna roll insight willpower.
Yeah.
Willpower has to be at least half of it. If you can think of a better reason to use something else, I'll listen.
That's pretty good.
That gets +1, so you have +2 so far for Lucius.
more Duncan.
Not enough.
That's okay.
+2 to your roll, Lucius.
That. Hey!
It got a total of 10. You play through the game, and it does take you a bit to do. And there are frequent times where there's a lot of conferring among yourselves and checking with the book about, well, which variation is this, what variation is that, what do we do now? And there's a point at some point where you just have to, as part of the willpower part of it, there's a certain part of you just have to believe that you're doing the right thing. There's a point where you just get outside of the book, and now you just have to play on to the end, through the end game, and just understand what the sequence of events you need. The one thing that's saving all of you, you realize very quickly, good thing there isn't any type of time control. Like, there's no, like, so many seconds per move. You can take as much time as you need to think this out. So eventually you're able to kind of puzzle out. You have like a mini puzzle you're solving every time you move, until eventually you find a very narrow victory, as the other side did okay, but not alarmingly well. It fell in the face of more modern interpretations of this game. Of this position, I should say. And your hand comes free. And the door unlocks.
Of course, victory was a foregone conclusion.
Darn, I can't make you a cool hand now.
From the red piece, you see something pop off the top of it, and a little compartment opens up.
Lucius approaches and
It's a bomb.
takes a look.
God. Since you can't die, I could just relentlessly drop rocks in you all the time, right? That's fun, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look, it was actually secretly a nuke the whole time.
Yeah. This has been Fallout the whole time. Gotcha. Oh, I have the wrong book. I wanted this book. That book. We're in another place, another time, another realm, another fantasy. Oops, I went way too far. Wait, there's a fast way to do this. Yep, I'm smart. No, not one of them. Done. As you come upon a rare item, so you actually beat the game. Because there are other ways to beat this board. You just did the way you were supposed to do it.
We just flip the table. What was it that was in there?
A rare item. I'm figuring out which one it is.
Ah.
Which one can none of you use? Right, that's what I thought. You find resting inside the piece what appears to be a mace of some kind, whose head gleams with a soft red hue.
Ooh. Lucius says, putting it over in his hand, and he turns to Seven. I believe you taught me ancient and honorable methodologies of your people, and I call dibs.
As you swing about the weapon, you find that every swing becomes a puzzle that you're breaking apart, and you find yourself having to pick a stratagem and believe in yourself, just like you did in that endgame. To wit, this weapon accuracy is willpower plus willpower.
Ooh, interesting. Does it have a name?
It is a blessed mace.
Might that be better? Who has the highest willpower here
Oh,
between you and
actually,
Lord Duncan?
I was gonna say, it might be better in someone else's hand than mine. Because in my case, it would actually become willpower insight just because of a thing I have that lets me replace something with insight. But
Oh, really? Nice.
yeah, it's a lore master thing.
Ah.
Yeah, lore masters get a thing that lets them replace one of the dice with insight. Which is why my spear uses insight dexterity.
Ah.
Whereas if someone has willpower 10, then it might be better. Because
I do have willpower 10, so.
this is better for you.
Sure. I'll take it. Eh? Ah, there it is. Neat. Okay.
And it does light.
He looks it over and he says, on the other hand, I already have a weapon with a pointy end to it. And he looks at more Duncan. You just have a stick.
Well, a quarter of a stick, really?
What
Consider
category
this
does
a gesture of my magnanimous charity to those.
Actually,
who
I will
helped
flag. Are maces martial?
This one is not, as it seems to be. When you move it around, you realize that you don't necessarily have to connect with the mace. You just bring it close to whatever it is you're trying to hit, and it will emit a flash of holy light.
Neat.
As thanks to she who helped me in this most difficult of tactical engagements. And he hands it over to her.
I will accept it.
And in thy mind, you recall in these that these stratagems match the name of the stratagems you're seeing as you move the mace around experimentally. The name of the strategist that came up with you see all these like different patterns of how you should move the mace in this puzzle manner. Seeing the match the methodologies of the general who played the strategist rather that played the red pieces in the Immortal game.
Oh, what's the base damage of it?
HR +2. So +2, I believe, is the base damage.
So admittedly, I probably won't be telling you to hit things with it. Oh wait, it doesn't matter, because... I won't be telling you to hit things with it, because literally if I'm the one telling you to hit things with it, you're literally gonna just...
You'll do 2. Dink.
Blink.
That's too late. So, it's different than physical.
Oh, it's too light damage.
Yep.
Or it's light damage. That's
very valuable.
That's gonna be very valuable.
Nice.
Good. No.
What category would it fall in?
Arcane.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay, yeah. Cool. Well, and I say we continue on yet again. As with a flourish, Lucius leads them onto the elevator once again.
So the 5 of you ascend once more.
Yep.
Oh, don't worry, Zevin. The whispers don't go away.
Forevermore.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. It's moving down.
Asta. Oh, where did they go? Come back.
I can't believe it already got the party.
I will need initiative from you folks as you find yourself in the presence of the Golem of Annihilation, as it seems
7.
to be blasting its energy at these various bodies who are, some of them are screaming in jubilation, others are screaming in terror. And as it sees you, you hear some of them yelling, "Stay out of the way," and others yelling for you to save them.
7.
Yes. Time to use that bonus. Also, GM, question, does that slow debuff end, or does it just not end?
It would end, yeah. It would have ended at the once its turn, I believe. When does that go
Anyways.
away?
Unsure. If you'd like to clear it for this combat, then go right ahead. You're the GM.
I will say that your possession of the axe has broken it from you, but in general, yeah, to get rid of a status, you have to rest.
Okay.
Or
will
use
I
an
equip it
ability.
Again? I'll equip it again?
Oh, don't worry. Once you picked it up that first time, you're able to. It dispelled the slow.
Yep.
Alright.
FYI, for 2 inventory points, you can use a tonic to get rid of a status effect.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Good to know. Well,
For future reference.
initiative.
Who's your lead?
Me,
7.
plus modifier +4, I believe. Yes, +4.
Hey.
I am no help.
Hey! That makes it 14.
Your side acts first. And I'll highlight to you, narratively speaking, the 3 of you main heroes, along with your 2 followers on, have some level of experience fighting this foe, so it isn't nearly as daunting upon second encounter. So on the downside, you don't get another Fabula point. It's the same villain. You're just facing him again. However, whatever Ultima he used is spent. He had to push himself to hurt you guys really well last time. So there's only so much power lurking deep within its mechanics, within the souls trapped within it. Whereas you all can gain Fabula, it doesn't regenerate. Villains don't regenerate Ultima, except in a very certain circumstance, which hopefully won't happen. But in general, they don't recover them. But the turn starts with the heroes.
7.
All right, just how we planned. I'll start blasting. Plans kind of changed though. We might want to gather the boxes. I'll keep his attention on me.
Hey, there we go.
Your cannon of lightning fires out, and indeed does hit it for not 16 bolts, 32. Ow. Its whole body kind of reverberates from the blast of electricity zimming through its body, and then you notice its silvery ball looks at Zevin.
Here's free. Bring it on.
Don't say that. It's gonna bring it on.
It loads one of its arms, as it were, pointed upwards. It reaches back and swings its it's kind of confusing because at first it feels like it's too far away to really, oh god, it's attaching, and it just launches its fist like a mace at you.
Oh, it's got like a chain mace fist thing.
Yeah.
Ah, legend. Bullshit. Oh, 7?
Miss. You gotta hit
Fortunately,
it,
this thing is incredibly powerful. And its fist is so large that perhaps it will hit you.
You gotta give me the point. I do it.
I said it's very powerful. Stupid machine. There you go.
There you go.
11?
That hits.
$16 physical damage.
Okay.
Ow.
Plunk, and you are dazed.
Days to do.
That's fair.
16.
Insight
I'm
reduced by 1.
I'm in crisis by 1 point.
Eep.
Yeah, because as you notice, the fist is as big as your torso and your head together, so plunk, being hit by that much, yeah, that kind of hurt.
Bonk.
Turn goes to the heroes.
Now a 7. Let's do that little number that we did on the other robot now, shall we? It's proven to be a very effective tactic. And he rushes forward and he starts whacking at the side of this thing. Free attack.
Whoop. Where'd he go? Ah, there he is.
There's no lie.
Hey. Perfect.
Perfect.
But it doesn't matter because my high roll is still 0.
Oh.
Oh, that's
8.
unfortunate.
Dink.
Hmm?
I mean, you still do 8.
No, I don't do 8 because I just do my because I just do base weapon.
Yeah.
Which is 8.
Right.
Yes. Sorry. That threw me. Okay.
It's okay.
However, that wasn't the real point of that.
So it takes
real
no
point
damage?
of that. Huh?
Well, if you don't want
Well,
to
it
do
does
damage.
take damage.
It does? Okay,
Huh?
darn.
Yeah, it deals 8 damage.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
Then I use the other thing on Queen's Gambit, which lets me, for free, use Charging Cavalry. So, 7, take another shot with +1.
+1, you say.
Unfortunately, your high roll is 0.
I'm okay with that.
Blam, that hits.
So that's another 10 bolt damage. Double
20 because of the Zort. Poof, various bits of it start exploding off of it and start tumbling to the ground. And you see that a lot of the pieces, now that a lot of its plating has fallen away, you can see a variety of clockwork pieces with various screaming faces imprinted upon them as they're turning and wheeling freely in the air. In the middle is this mercurial orb rotating and sort of reaching out little tendrils of quicksilver out to each little piece and moving them and turning them. It is in crisis. Turn goes to more Duncan.
You got that new base to try out?
Your move, Duncan.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking. Sorry.
Okay.
It's all right. What's on your mind?
So I had to step away for a second. Is this the big bad that we originally met one floor up from here?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I am actually going to spend 4 points of inventory and roll 3d20.
You're doing some alchemy.
Yes. 7, 16, and 4. Okay.
Four's bolt damage.
Yeah, so I will target it,
Mm-hmm.
and it can take 20 bolt damage.
Describe what you're throwing at it.
As I pull together some stuff from my kit to basically short out a battery and turn it into an electric bomb at it. And toss at it.
Lucius, you hear this loud snap and crackling noise, and at first you think for a second it must be this thing, and it's like, no, it doesn't do the whole bolt electric thing. It's some other weird metal thing. So you're looking around for the noise. You see it's this thing that Duncan's holding, and you can see it. You can see parts of it kind of smacking her in the face, and she just unflinches, like just ignores that it's happening and hucks the thing. So you wisely, I imagine, get out of the way.
Yes.
Poof! The entire thing explodes into a shattering smattering of light and screaming faces and howls of the damned. And every one of these shambles boxes collapse to the ground in lifeless heaps.
No, silly box, my friend.
Kerr.
Ooh.
Thunk. But what does not connect with the floor is the very orb itself. As it seems to almost, as everything falls away around it and clatters, that some of it falls into the sphere and gets just obliterated. It just kind of hangs there, just shy of the floor.
Well, freaky magic orb thing. Not really my forte.
Oh, did you just pipe bomb that? Congrats. You're learning. You're learning so well. I'm so proud right now.
Is that the orb?
Yep. Just hovers there off the ground.
What is it? I'm not going to touch it, but I'm going to get closer so I can look at it.
You know, normally I would call dibs, but you can leave that.
I don't think I want to call dibs. Do you want to call dibs?
No.
What is Zevin's favorite food?
That's probably those little skewers of like street meat that you get like for a couple pennies from a heavily spiced. Who knows what's in it? It tastes good.
You see Zevin Demerel eating happily of this skewer. What is Lucius's favorite song?
Probably some probably one of the many patriotic songs of the Republic.
You see a much younger itty bitty Lucius singing this song for his tutors.
Oh.
And you see yourself staring back at you with purplish eyes raging in a plasmic fire. And in its eyes, you see the one thing that you fear the most.
Well, that's super creepy. I am going to avert my eyes.
As you look away from it, the eyes seem to just linger in like an after image and then slowly fade.
And I kind of give a
Damn
shudder.
floaters.
Ew. Creepy. Creepy thing.
All right, that's
I'm
quite a light
definitely
show.
not going to touch it.
I'm gonna run inspect, but I'm not gonna get any closer.
Willpower's going to be
Enchantment,
part of the problem.
Insight, willpower. Right, I'm concussed.
Yeah, this thing's a bit beyond your ken, unfortunately. You've heard of Quicksilver just fine, but you've never heard of it in a perfect sphere floating in midair without any sort of attachment or encirclement.
It's just floating there, menacingly.
Out of curiosity, do any of the books that I picked up from the library in my previous visit, are any of them useful?
I'd say insight's part of it to find such a thing. Or alternatively, for 2 inventory points, you can find something that's on the topic.
Hmm.
Gamble is yours.
Or, uh, with this. Wait, never mind. That doesn't apply right now. There.
Hmm?
I have a quirk, but it is not immediately applicable. I thought it was, but then I read the fine print. Uh, I don't really want to spend my last 2 inventory points. So I think I will think I'll instead try that other option you had mentioned.
Willpower plus your other stat.
Okay.
I think you can just go willpower.
I am totally going to do that. Because it makes sense. There we go. That's a decent roll.
Very good roll.
Hum. Right, so you page through the books, and it's not any one book on the topic. It's a combination of the various books that you're able to puzzle through, and you determine that this sphere of annihilation is the great work, the final work of Witchlight Tower. It is an object that can obliterate and transmute various metals into itself to and wheel and pull together a mechanical body to construct the clockwork golem that it had before. But to fuel that, it also needs to take from the not from the stream of souls that permeate the world, but those that are still without the great sphere of the world itself. In this way, any creature with a soul, you could command this thing to rip its soul from it and have it trapped within it.
Well, that's
you
really
can also, you've figured out how it is commanded. It is a matter of focusing into those eyes, because it's a reflection of your darker self that you were staring at, and it was trying to pull your soul in, but it can't act without its golemic body. it can't really attack anybody. It needs whatever last command it had has been broken. The shell has been shattered, so the new shell would need to be constructed by someone willing the thing into its power, and whoever it's linked to, it's their soul it's linked to, until such time as the golem is destroyed, whether or not the artifact holder is alive or not, or even consumed by, if they purposely let themselves be consumed by the sphere. This thing took, to build another like this, you figured out how you could do it. You would need at least 1,000 souls to construct a new one of these.
This is
Wow,
Full
this is
Metal
evil.
Alchemist nonsense.
This is very, very evil.
And it requires the worst of it, the strangest of it, is this is not a manufacture of a tinker or alchemist. Not any sort of arcanist or animist. No commander nor songwriter. This thing is brought to being by a corrupted version of spiritualism. The magic of light in life, twisted into this form eternal. For there is a magic in the world that can keep people from the brink of death. This thing is now the embodiment of that will. One of them, anyway.
Oh, so it's just limbo incarnate.
The souls never go into the live stream because they never really die. That's why it's cheating. It's cheating people from going back to the live stream. That's how it maintains itself.
Is it possible to just destroy this thing utterly?
You would command it to annihilate itself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, go full Ouroboros on it.
And what would that have as a cost to the person uttering the command?
The destruction command, you must tie it to your soul. So first you'd have to gain control over the artifact, the sphere. And then you would command it to destroy itself. If you're not careful in precisely how you get it to destroy itself, it will take a part of your soul too. Which will reduce your HP maximum. You're sure it won't kill you outright because it's not you're not a soul in it. You're a soul without it. But because it's attached to you, if you mess up the command, it will rip part of your soul away from you and obliterate itself along with the other souls. So part of you will fall into the live stream.
Yep.
The witches of Witchlight Tower did. We're not messing about with this thing.
Well, that's moderately terrifying. But I think I do still want to destroy this thing. Because, yeah, this thing is super duper evil. And I don't think it should be able to imprison souls anymore. Do you two have any major objection to me destroying it?
None in particular.
The only thing I'm gonna say is, you know, on a scale of 1 to what, 30, 40 something, how would you say your health is looking?
Well, they don't look like they're in crisis.
I'm pretty decent.
in case we have to run, I'm gonna reach into my inventory points and I'm going to
Some of you may die, but that is a sacrifice.
I'm gonna spend 3 IP to use a potion, roll 2d20. Alright, that's an 11, that's a 10. Let me check the sheet.
Should be
We
good.
really need a quick sheet for this.
We do. It's in the pins.
Oh, it is. Hey, hooray!
Suppose we don't need Mysterious Grimoire and Stubborn Scion.
Is it still here?
Yep.
Oh,
In the Discord
pins.
pins. Sorry.
Ah, okay. My apologies.
Oh.
This will take 1 second for me to dig up.
Ooh, that's unfortunate, because no matter what it is, 10 or 11, it can only impact an enemy.
That is unfortunate.
And there are no enemies.
It fizzles out in our hands. Darn.
Because what were you looking to do?
Heal the party.
Then accidentally put something together. Whoops, that's dangerous. Stamp that out before it hurts anybody.
Yeah, I take the ammo and I quietly disassemble it again. Oh. Never mind me then. Here. Right behind you. Give us.
Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and try to kill the thing then. Or destroy it, rather.
Willpower is part of the problem to sink it to yourself.
Well, just willpower.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Trying to mentally overpower it with my will. Oh, thank goodness I rolled well.
You suddenly become aware of the thousands upon thousands trapped within the sphere. People young and old, strong and weak, prestigious and small. Adventurers from across time. This thing has consumed, guarded this place, waiting for a particular moment, a particular time, for it to descend upon the world. Ensure the might of the Empire was known, feared. What is thy bidding?
Jim, do I have any sense as to would telling it to release the souls it has within it have that backlash against me? I'm trying to find a way of wording the self-destruct order without getting myself killed, basically.
You could release the souls, but yours is still connected to it. So you can, in theory, drain it of all its souls, and then disconnect your own. It would still remain in a much more compact and weaker form, but it would still persist. It would be at its kernel, its first moment of creation.
Ah.
Though, from there, you could shape it into some sort of accessory rather than into an alternate form that it doesn't really get to use its normal power. But it won't be destroyed that way. Because the material itself, the quicksilver, the enchanted quicksilver and orichalcum mixture it is formed of, and the verdigris spell is still active. Verdigris? I might have gotten that wrong. A spell. The spell, I should say.
Okay. Whereas... Sorry, you were going to say something?
Oh no, that was that's how you would. That's what would happen if you drained it of all its souls. Oh, would it backlash at you? If you drain it of all its souls and then try to get it to obliterate itself, the check is far easier because you're not obliterating countless souls. You're not fighting the thousands upon thousands. You're fighting the sentient will that brought this thing into the world. The initial
which is just
from
one
long
thing.
ago. So it's just one mind rather than the countless thousands. But not
Great.
countless.
Then, in that case, I will
You're
ask...
fighting the firm.
I will ask, or I will order it to release the souls trapped within it.
Various souls start spiraling away from the sphere as it begins spinning, and everyone can see these souls flowing out of it and pouring away from it. Thousands of souls flinging through you, around you, through the walls, into the floor, into the ceiling, and this thing gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
Oh, just full on Ark of the Covenant. Is that a good thing?
I don't know. Hold up the shield.
And you see it spiral, swing, spiral, ripple, stop. And it kind of hovers. Instead of hovering off barely off the floor, because it's very tiny now, like enough that you could hold it in your hand, it kind of floats up to about chest level so you can comfortably look down at it.
Okay. And now I'm going to try to order it to self-destruct.
Willpower is
just
part of the
quick,
problem.
I think I will go willpower on this one,
Okay. I have to find the caster.
hoping that I can overpower it. Oh dear. I will spend a Fabula point to reroll the 1 on that.
I'll note I got 14.
Okay.
To what trait are you activating this Fabula?
Good point. Actually, I will, if possible, spend it again on ambition, because certainly this will be a triumph to my name.
I'll take that from you.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Shit.
That's
I guess
12.
I'll spend another one to reroll that 3. Oh gosh, I really need a decent roll on this. Ah, fuck. RNG hates me. Okay, what happens if I screw up? I evidently screwed up.
Two things happen to you. As you get it to obliterate itself, you try to extract, you're trying to pull yourself, the part of yourself that's tied to it, away from it. Just enough time, because if you pull it out too soon, it won't obliterate itself. So you kind of have to leave it at that last possible second. And then you almost feel this iron grip just rip into your soul and just with intense, from hell's deep, I stab at the energy, just holding on with desperation, and you're trying to let go, and then the mind within it, the last spirit, the first summoner of this, the first witch that created the sphere, says, annihilate, and poof, it annihilates part of your soul along with itself.
Ah!
And you feel yourself cursed by not cursed in the sense of a spell, but that a bit of the first caster, that witch, lingers in you. To it,
Oh, I don't like that.
your current HP max reduces by 10.
Ugh. Ouch.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, that's really
So-
bad.
Now
Oh.
instead of 36, it is 26.
Oh god. Are you okay?
Oh.
Are you okay? Speak to me.
You
can't be-
gain resistance to fire and ice, vulnerability to light.
Oh dear. Okay.
And we gave you a light mace.
Resistance to fire and ice, you say?
Yep.
And vulnerability to light. Okay.
Is it over?
Are you done? Please don't die.
In the glint of more Duncan's eyes, you can see a small purplish flame in the iris. An ambitious soul staring back at you. But thankfully, with it surrounded and subsumed by it, is the far kinder gaze of more Duncan. Though the ambition seems to be there all the same. The souls seem to be in tandem. That's why you got a cool thing on top of the bad thing, because you match the soul of the person in it. You are of like mind.
I don't want to be. Oh, I think it's gone. Ow.
Okay, Judah. Your eyes a little. It's fine. He'll be fine. Good. I don't want to.
At least that thing's not going to be stealing souls anymore. Now. Should we see what's on the top floor now?
Yeah. Let me know if there's some sort of delay on your soul getting sucked out or anything.
So, come then, let's go.
That wasn't so bad. When Brandis kind of watches more Duncan go into the elevator, suspicion. But says nothing. Send you do. Boop. 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 Boop, I say. Boop. Shoo. Thank you.
Best NPC.
Find yourself atop the Alabaster Tower. Seeing the horizon stretch across mountain, forest, over ocean, past the very clouds themselves. You are incredibly high up as this thing pierces the clouds. Although there seems to be one thing that pierces the clouds with you, this faint glimmer of starlight against the bright sky. Tiny dot off to the northwest. A blemish across the horizon.
You could say we're in a castle that would pierce the clouds, huh?
This is no castle, this is but a mere tower. a figment, a remnant of an empire long lost. Its crimes now known to you, or at least one of them.
Wait, you say there are more crimes? We can have a little extra crime as a treat.
Yeah, Zevin, as you get near to the edge and you're able to kind of see down, there's no railing here. This thing is just like there's no battlements or anything. It's just a square that just drops suddenly, and it dawns on you. You're not sure how anyone would survive falling that far, let alone any of you, or indeed, your Dark Knight friend Alexander. Oh, friend's a strong word, acquaintance, but still, that is a terminal velocity drop you were able to quickly calculate.
Well, guess Fantasy Ocean didn't exist back then. But so you know that the lady that kind of saved all our lives and stuff. Not to question, but how would we survive this kind of gesture over the edge, and then kind of shuffle back?
Indeed, how did we survive that?
Vibius and Embrinus kind of look at each other and back and look at the three of you, and it is obvious they know something, but they don't seem terribly keen to say.
Vibius, Umbranius. Out with it.
Embrinus walks up to you, towering a tiny bit over you. You get the feeling Embrinus tends to try his level best to not get too close to you, to loom over you like this, just out of respect, trying not to burst your commander bubble, because it's not good to break your morale, because it's bad for everyone else around you. But this time, Embrinus kind of breaks that little bit of unspoken protocol and kind of gets right in your personal space. She wields the sword and pulled your soul from the life stream. All of
His shoulders just fall.
So we died. We hit the ground.
Splat.
and through some dark far traveler magic, he's able to cheat you from your journey. Vibius thought it'd be terribly kind to bring this up. You ordered me to tell you, so I'm telling you. You could put it a nicer way than that, but that's about accurate, yeah.
I see. Well, I appreciate your consideration, Vibius. And will not count this, I will not count this instance of you hiding something from me against you.
Might remind you, young sir, some, not from the Holy Empire, as they claim themselves to be, might consider this dark resurrection to label you as undead. This entire time, watching you, to ensure you were you and not some dark facsimile controlled by that so-called lore master. I'm pretty sure she's a lore master. Thank you, Vibius.
Well, of course I'm me. Who else would lead us to such glorious victory? other than the one and true Lucius Avantus. And he seems pretty much recovered already.
Unless, no, here would possibly be people pulling our strings like little puppets. I hope not.
Well, one would think you'd feel the little strings, really, Vibius. We're just saying. Britus finally steps back and gets to a more appropriate distance from you.
And as he does, Lucius looks off and he notices the light. That you said it's about level with us?
Of all the things you're able to look upon through the horizon, only one thing pierces the cloud like you do. In the brightness, there's this black blemish, a flicker of starlight far away to the northwest.
What's that?
Are any of you a wayfarer?
I
have
am.
wayfarer levels.
Yep. We two of us have wayfarer levels, so more Duncan is more than I do.
Between the two of you, it takes you both a second to kind of think about like where in the world you are currently. And direct. You both would recognize that, given where it is in relation to where you are. That is Castle Highmount, the castle from which the duchy is reigned from.
Neat.
Also known as
see.
the castle that would pierce the horizon. Though what that
Well, we
precise
see
meaning
where
is a
it
bit
gets its
beyond
name
you,
from.
because you're neither of you are from the duchy, but you know the other name that the locals know it by.
Well, Lucius just sort of looks around. Is there anything up here?
Besides that over there?
You feel like you can see the entirety of the world from this skyscraper high point. Although I will highlight to Zevin that scientifically speaking, that shouldn't be possible. There's only so much horizon one should be able to see. The curvature of the planet kind of would make things drop away from you and hidden from view. But you can see the world as if it's all, if not very small and indistinct, but you can almost, like, that's how you're kind of able to get little bits. You almost feel like if you focus on any one point, it kind of comes into focus. As if the golem stood atop this place and watched the entirety of the world. Or at least the world that you care about, this long stretch of the countless realms.
Weird magic, but I mean, there's nothing else up here on this platform.
There's us. Pipius helpfully.
Well, as pretty and as unique as this view is, truly, nothing like it even in the Noble Republic. I don't particularly enjoy the reminder of, well, you know. And he gives sort of a side-eye look at Vibius and Ambrenius. I suggest we leave.
Yeah. Cadmy's. Wait, we should get going. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good to me.
Well, shall we then?
We'll take the long way down, not the short way down.
Yeah. Let's definitely
Sounds-
take the long way.
Sounds good.
Do you all begin your descent?
We shall.
Slow loading back into the map.
Oh, yeah. Chug, 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 chug.
Don't forget to save. Buy the DLC today. Oh, this clock can go to. No, this threat eliminated. Back up
Oh,
here. But yes, your group is able to walk back to the train without further incident. And you find yourself, having been so far away and detached from the live stream of the world, you can almost feel it underneath your feet. And everything just feels a little more in focus in color than it was before. To wit, if you are traveling, whenever you're on the overland, not in a dungeon or in a town, but like in the overland area, you may consider yourselves at a +1 whenever you're trying to see something. Or, see something. As you've seen the highest point of the world.
Oh,
And-
cool. Can we get a note of that somewhere?
You may wish to note
I'll
that
put it in my
somewhere.
journal.
I'm trying to. Sure.
Well, these two should be at 3. Jessica is waiting for you there. Hello.
So, it's a quick, very slight flashback. Did we agree that we're gonna keep what we figured out a secret from her?
Well, presumably we'll tell her that the problem has been dealt with.
I meant about the bringing us back.
Oh. She knows, and we know. She doesn't need to know that.
Yeah.
You know, we'll smile and wave, I suppose.
Hi.
Yeah, the two of us just both walk in with the biggest, fakest smiles, doing like the queen wave.
And you see she still has, of course, her dark blade of the eternal night glinting and sparkling at her hip.
Well then, Jessica, the problem has been summarily dealt with.
I believe you. I saw quite a few spirits getting flung from the tower, even from here. What did you make of the sphere?
Destroyed it.
She smiles a tiny bit. A new smile that you didn't see ever before. A glint to her eye. I see. Interesting.
Just kind of fell apart because it's old tech.
Old tech can always be made new again.
Yeah.
I don't
Well.
really want tech that involves enslaving thousands of souls.
Well, I'm glad you of Tyrion Sith know the value of liberty and freedom. Unlike the Sultanate and the Republic.
Hey!
What do you do during your winter festival? Something to do with reversing of roles? You may not shackle them in magic, but you practice the ancient sins all the same. Just in a different manner. But you're not wielding the sphere, so at least you have stepped away from such sin. A single step, but an important one.
He looks like he's about to say something. Looks at her, looks at the sword, thinks better of it.
Well, if you like, I can persuade myself into writing a letter of introduction and recommendation to my Duke, should you wish to visit upon Castle Highmount. I think that you are persons that are worthy of his countenance. As myself, I have other duties and other places to gaze upon and learn from.
We graciously accept.
Reaches into
We
her
do.
bag and produces, without any great ceremony, 3 scrolls that seem to be stamped in silver metal, wrapped in a scroll form, tied with a vibrant green ribbon and a wax seal. She kind of holds the 3 out to you, to the 3 of you.
Unlike
Thank
her,
you.
Lucius accepts his with great ceremony.
Oh, you just had those all prepared. Oh, okay.
Well, if you died, I was going to tear them up, but it's good to be prepared, I find. And as for the Dark Knight Eckhart, his oaths will see him through the door if when he recovers.
And I presume that you'll wish to accompany us at least as far back as the duchy itself.
Oh, no, I'm going the other way, heading to the Sultanate. Apparently some damn fool dug up something that they really shouldn't have, and I need to see what it is they dug up.
I quietly share a look with the group.
What was it that they?
Yeah, Lucius just looks at 7.
What did they dig up?
The sphere was but one sin of that ancient empire. The Sultanate makes a business of recovering that what you destroyed.
Oh,
Yes.
I look vaguely sick.
Nothing to quite that scale. She waves a hand at Zevin. Most of the time, it's not quite that extreme, but some of them can be on that scale. But I've heard that they've come upon something even far greater a threat than what lurked on Witchlight Tower.
Got it. New quest for the log.
And with that information, I'll alert you to the fact that each of these nations have a little clock, because each of them have their own crisis they're dealing with. We have learned that the Sultanate has a crisis of its very own, and have come to learn of what is coming. One wedge is filled. And because a wedge has progressed, you all get a sense up here of this larger blue one next to the compass rose. You're all aware that this sphere is but one of many things that is likely imperiling the world you live in. And that it is people like Jessica and yourselves that is sure, one hopes, to push back the clock of annihilation that awaits the countless realms, or at least the parts you care about.
Oh.
Oh, just make sure Ecker gets water every now and again, and put a bit of gruel in his faceplate, and he should be all right. The sword will keep him tethered to here and recover his soul from whence it came.
It's still rather unnerving having a Death Knight in his particular position.
I would not fear too much, young Avantis. The Dark Knighthood of the Holy Empire is sworn to defend the world from its enemies. Now, what precisely their enemies are sometimes changes for their benefit, but thankfully we are all quite far away from the Empire, and the last frontier bastion of their might has turned independent, so they have a long way to march, and I doubt Eckhart there is their vanguard. I imagine him some sort of quaestor, a errant knight on a quest of enlightenment, perhaps, or perhaps improving his sword. But his meeting and my meeting with you three, 5, she gestures at the other two who flinch when she actually acknowledges them, I believe is no accident.
Well, I'm sure when he eventually awakens, he will most disappointed to hear that he missed out on an opportunity to talk with the lovely Dame Jessica.
Yeah.
Of course, you could be here to assassinate me, take my sword. So that's another reason I probably don't want to stay. Good day to you all.
It has been a pleasure.
May every journey of yours be blessed by the spirit of the world. And she makes a gesture with her hands that looks like her hands are joining in prayer, but she turns one upside down, basically. So one set of fingers is facing down, one's facing upward, and she kind of inclines her head a tiny bit. Which, Lucius, you'd recognize. It's one of the holy gestures that the Wokomal people use in their religion. With that, she gives you all a wave, steps off the train, and is walking toward the Sultanate.
You really just gonna walk in? Huh.
You know what? For everything I've said, it is at this moment that I do actually appreciate the train 7. Well, I suppose we should be on our way.
I agree.
Yeah, let's put some distance between us and that. As a gesture out to the tower. Any objections? No?
No, but I have no
let's
objections
try.
to continuing our journey.
Onwards it is.
So to your cabins you go to continue your journey across the rails.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go?
Presumably our next, I can't speak for Seven, but I presume our next stop is this city here.
Yep. Be 2 days.
And the train moves on, leaving behind Witchlight Tower. Front. There we go. You've all had time to rest, so you would benefit from that. You're on your train currently, and you're not really. Wait, no, she's not. No one's tending to you, so yeah, you don't get a proper rest unless you break out the magic tents. But you had a full rest when you were down here with her before, so you know, not such a bad journey. And let's see if anything occurs to you in the travel roll as you're going across the great open plains as the hills drop away from you, and you approach one of the you're crossing the Great Plains here. Oh, Great Plains, a plain, I should say. Many plain. More than one plane. Not an aeroplane, that's in Ultima.
I was gonna say, wait, they've invented airplanes?
I could sense the joke.
It's only because you said it so many times.
The propeller of the plane. There it is.
I gain 1 IP per travel, I believe. Right?
Well, that's an ability of yours. You gain IP when you travel.
Yes.
Cool. I believe there was another ability. Duncan, did you have an ability about travel days or something?
1 moment. Oh my gosh, leggy sheet is leggy. 1 moment.
Ugh.
Skill level IP. That's pretty nice. The higher level, you get resourceful.
Mm-hmm.
So I have Winds of Trade, which I can use once I get to a place.
Okay.
Basically, if I rest in an area where commerce is possible.
As the train races along the tracks, a great gust of wind begins blowing the grass flat in every direction, and it blows with such ferocity that it slaps into the side of the train, and you can feel the whole thing, like, you can hear loud squealing as you go on, you're riding on half of your wheels, and then ka-chunk, you come down on the others, and you're seeming to rock back and forth. You're at risk of derailing if you keep this up. So you find some way to address the problem. Or just come to a complete stop and just wait out the windstorm.
Uh-oh. thought if we put all the weight on the wind side of the trains, that it can't knock things over. It can't knock us over.
I think insight's half that problem.
Insight might.
Sure.
I will spend 2 IP, by the way, for a tonic to remove that stunned.
That's probably a good idea. And that's brutal that those status effects. It's like, oh, how long do status effects last? Oh, until you
Yes.
do something about them. Yikes. Okay. But yeah, thankfully you can tonic them away.
Yeah, I was gonna say, unfortunately, tonics are relatively inexpensive as far as story.
Insight. Strength. Might. But might, not strength. And
Any assistance happening from others?
that I forgot to
Ah.
remove the dazed before I rolled. That is on me.
Oh,
So we're rolling Insight Might. Is that what the
Yeah.
roll is?
It should be.
I will roll to assist. Sure, why not?
I will also try to roll to assist. As soon as my
Hey, you get a +1.
quits lagging.
Nice.
I do not give a plus.
It's
11. Yep, there it is. Ba-ba-ba. Oh, I was right there. I'm already there. Don't click away. There we go. Yeah. You're able to it takes a bit of time to level up the train, but moving weights around. And actually, you recognize, Zevin, that there is some that, and recall, this is where the insight part of it came into it, is that there are certain weights that are put in trains like these because of this, because some of the magical winds and wind elementals can sometimes baffle trains. Your small train, in nicer, bigger trains in the Sultanate, it's automatic. It just happens. But in yours, you actually have to manually pick up the weight and move it to get it to rebalance the train. It's an older way of doing it, but it is far cheaper and doesn't require doesn't require as much maintenance as a variety of other matters. But you are able to balance the train and carry on without delay. Undue delay, I should say. Onward the journey goes.
Onwards.
And your journey, it takes half the day takes you across wide, desolate lands, and you can actually see a rather sizable lake to the west as you start turning to the northwest, and you can see that this land seems to have been scorched repeatedly with magic and fire, and for Zevin, the whispers of your blade get a little louder. And more, Duncan, you can hear or even feel a sort of grin creeping up your face that you just shake off. But it's like an involuntary grin was creeping across your face as you thought about what has likely happened here.
Ugh.
Eek.
And you come upon the fortress city. A Ravagar's Roar. Oops. Put it. Nope. Come here. Come here. No. Stop. There. So you can see it on your map. Show. No. No. Yes. Yes. There you go. As you pull into the station at Ravagar's War, it is the last remnant of the unbridled tribal peoples of Wakamal. This city that is fortified with stonework and in battle, and its castle tops staffed with many archers and crossbowmen. You see thing that throws big arrows.
Ballista?
Ballista, thank you. You see ballista, catapult, like they have all kinds of things. Although it looks like there are some resources pointed in the direction you came from, but most of it's pointed that way toward the duchy. This is the last tribal Wakamal independent city. And for those wayfarers of you, you recognize that Ravagar is the people who used to rule over Wakamal. So this is the capital in that it is a city-state. But it once dominated what was the Duchy of Wakamal. Generations ago, about 3 or so generations ago. The city itself is quite busy and bustling. Lots of travelers, both from the duchy and from the sultanate, and even as far away as the republic. And you find that you are your train does look eventually gets directed through some of the rail lines into a terminal away from other trains, because you're not the only train who's come here, as this place does seem to trade with the sultanate. As it seems that this place does prevent the sultanate from taking its trains all the way into the duchy. So a lot of the goods and stuff are being moved from the trains that come on this side onto new trains that are going deeper into the duchy and beyond to the republic.
To be standing in civilization once again. Yes, it may be duchy civilization, but civilization all the same.
Nice.
A group of soldiers come stomping up to where your train has been stopped.
Uh-huh. Oh. Are they
Oh,
are
no.
they just standing outside, or are they trying to get on?
They're standing outside, and they all seem to be in armor and with weapons in hand, and there seems to be a rather disgruntled-looking, bearded gentleman glowering at the door.
I'm gonna roll up the window and be like, oh wait, I could have sworn I filled out the paperwork, right?
His eyes stare at you through the window. What's your business?
We're just traveling through, stopping for supplies.
What sort of supplies?
Yeah, provisions. Fuel. I think I need a few parts.
What you carrying?
If you don't mind, I think I can help here. 7 here is transporting I, Lucius Avantis, scion of the House of Avantis, to a important diplomatic meeting. And I would like to now spend a Fabula point. Unexpected ally. I can use action and spend a Fabula point. I choose a non-hostile creature able to hear and understand me. If I do, that creature becomes helpful towards me so long as I am kind and respectful to them and my requests are reasonable.
I'll take that from you. Begging your pardon, Patrician Advantus. I am not here to check your passage, but this sultanate ramshackle on my train yard.
That is understood. However, if you have any issues with the Sultanate fellow, the Sultanate gal here, you may take it up with me.
Very well. I think you have a sultanate spy trying to run into my city. Smuggle their ill goods and their dirty technology.
Oi.
You would be better served getting on he sneers, duchy train. It may be a usurper's train, but at least it's clean.
Well, and Lucius says, I am in the duchy not, and it is my understanding that the duchy
This is not the duchy! This is the free roar of Ragnar.
Ah, yes. Free, correct. That is the word I was looking
Avagor.
for.
I screwed up the name, don't worry.
Yes. It's the free what of?
The free city of Ravagar's roar.
Ah, and of course, as a free city, freedom is what you pride yourself upon, and as such, it is my freedom to choose my own transportation. I choose this train.
Are you taking ownership of the train then?
Temporary ownership. I don't imagine you mind, particularly, do you, Seven? And, give Seven a slight nudge.
Yeah.
I gotta give him the "I'm watching you" gesture. To both of them, really.
Yeah, he gives you a very hostile look. You get the feeling if you had stepped out of the train, he was going to have you grabbed into shackles. It was wise of you not to leave the train. On your word, then, Patrician Advantus?
On my word.
I will remind the Patrician that breaking word is a deadly thing to do here. Step carefully and watch those you travel with. Let us go. Waves at the other guards, who look mildly disappointed they don't get to rough somebody up, and they carry on hassling some other train. Specifically, yet another Sultanate train, but you know.
And as we pull away in the train, Lucius just turns to Seven and says, Seven, on second thought, I don't think I need to particularly own a train. I have so many other fabulous possessions, I wouldn't even begin to know what to do with it. I suppose I can let you have your train.
Certainly have a way with words. But yeah, better than you trying to own a train.
Lucius Avantus?
Hmm?
Be aware you lose 10 mind points as you feel yourself feel a little tired suddenly.
dear. Fortunate.
To it, you see Lucy's man just kind of coughs for a second and comes up with a rather greenish yellow phlegm and
Ugh. Hang on. So that is I would have gotten all my MP back just resting, right? Like the previous days, right?
yeah,
Or how does that work?
I believe so.
Yeah.
We haven't rested yet, have we?
The last time you rested was with the lady before you went into the tower.
Oh, okay. Then I'm at 26 MP.
Yeah, these are the old tokens from when you started the journey.
I'm at 26. And I think my hit points were at 23. And I think my inventory points are the same as were.
Actually, I can grab them from.
My token is correct.
Yeah, because your sheets should be more accurate than what the tokens are.
Mhm.
This. But yes, the lot of you are in the city of Ravagar's Roar, the free city of Ravagar's Roar. It will take at least a day for your train to be moved into new tracks to continue the rest of the journey. Because they have to sort you over to the other side of the train station.
Well, I suppose we may as well accomplish some business while we're here in the free city.
Right.
What do the three of you actually? This is a good point for us to stop, I think. As you have a whole city ahead of you, and other decisions to be made. Yes.
Ooh.
You have. Oops, wrong thing. So the lot of you have found yourself in the successful in your first delve into a grand dungeon, came into contact with rare items and in fact an artifact, and found a bit of learned something from your explorations and journey. But there's much ahead of you and many challenges to face. But we'll see what they are and how they turn out next time. For all of you watching, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing. And we'll see you all again next time. Bye.
Woo.
Ooh.
Can we say more Duncan MVP?
God.
MVP. You earned that.
Yeah. Great job on that sphere.
Not only sphere, but also the robot kill.
Yes. Although, man, that fucking lightning gun